Hello, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and history lovers. Pawprints today, our AI cat is going to explore one of the most fascinating coins you might still find in your pocket change, the 1977 Washington quarter-dollar coin with no mint mark. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary quarter, but some of these coins can actually be worth far more than 25 cents. In fact, depending on their condition, grade, and whether they have rare mint errors, the 1977 no mint mark Washington quarter can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. In this video, we'll take a full journey through the story of this coin, its history, design, values across different grades, error varieties, auction records, and collector tips. Stay tuned until the very end, because we'll reveal the highest auction price ever paid for a 1977 no mint mark Washington quarter, and you won't want to miss it. The Washington quarter was first struck in 1932 to celebrate George Washington's 200th birthday. By 1977, the design by John Flanagan had already been circulating for over 40 years. The obverse shows Washington's portrait, the word Liberty above, the motto In God We Trust beside his profile, and the year 1977 below. If your coin was made at the Philadelphia Mint, there will be no mint mark under the date. That's what we call the 1977 no mint mark quarter. On the reverse, you'll see the proud American bald eagle, wings spread, clutching arrows of strength and olive branches of peace, with the words United States of America above and quarter dollar below. These coins were made of copper nickel clad over a copper core, weighing 5.67 grams, with a reeded edge. Now, here's where things get exciting. The value of these coins depends heavily on their condition and grade. If you find a circulated 1977 no mint mark quarter in your change, it will usually be worth face value, about 25 cents. Some nicer circulated examples may sell for 50 cents to $1, but the real value begins when we move into uncirculated coins. In lower uncirculated grades, like MS-60 to MS-64, a coin might sell for $2 to $10. At MS-65, which is gem uncirculated, the value rises to around $25 to $40. At MS-66, the price can jump to between $80 and $150. And at MS-67, which is an extremely high grade with sharp luster, clean surfaces, and strong eye appeal, the coin can be worth anywhere from $800 to over $1,200. That's right. A simple 1977 quarter with no mint mark could be worth more than $1,000 if it is preserved in perfect condition. But condition is not the only factor. The mint errors and varieties of the 1977 quarter are what really capture collector interest. Some of the most valuable errors include doubled die obverse coins, where the lettering or numbers appear doubled due to a misaligned hubbing process. If you see doubling on the date or the motto In God We Trust, you may have found a double die variety worth hundreds. Another rare error is the off-center strike, where part of the design is missing because the coin was not aligned properly during striking. Depending on how far off-center the strike is, these coins can be worth $100 to $1,000. Clipped planchets are another favorite, where a portion of the coin's edge appears cut off, creating a crescent shape. These also bring strong premiums. Collectors also look for broad strikes, where the coin spreads out without its reeded edge, and for die cracks and cuds, which are raised metal lines or blobs caused by broken dies. Dramatic errors can turn a common 1977 quarter into a valuable collectible. Auction results prove just how sought after these coins can be. An MS-67 no mint mark 1977 quarter has sold for over $1,400 at a major auction. Off-center examples and strong double dies in high grades have crossed the $1,000 mark as well. Even minor errors, when preserved in gem condition, can fetch several $100s. Collectors constantly search bankrolls, mint sets, and old collections, hoping to spot these treasures. It's also worth mentioning some fun facts. The 1977 no mint mark quarter is not a silver coin. By this time, quarters were fully clad in copper nickel. With over 468 million produced at Philadelphia alone, most of them are still common in circulation. However, the true gems are the ones that survived without scratches, without bag marks, and with full sharp details. These are much scarcer than their huge mintage suggests. If you're searching your coins, Pay special attention to Washington's cheek and hair on the obverse, and the eagle's feathers on the reverse. These high points show we're first. A coin with strong detail and flashy luster is always worth more. If you want to collect 1977 quarters, here are a few tips. First, always handle coins carefully by their edges to avoid fingerprints and scratches. Store them in coin flips, capsules, or graded slabs to preserve condition. Second, invest in a good magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for double dies and small errors. Third, don't overlook rolls of circulated quarters. Sometimes errors in high-grade coins can still be found in change today. And finally, learn to recognize authentic mint errors, because the market can be tricky and genuine mistakes are far more valuable than post-mint damage. So what's the bottom line? The 1977 Washington quarter dollar with no mint mark is a coin that almost everyone has seen, but few truly understand. Most of them are only worth 25 cents. Yet the rarest examples in top condition or with dramatic mint errors can reach into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. This is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Hidden treasures are still out there, waiting to be discovered in pocket change, old jars, or family collections. And that brings us to the close of today's video. The next time you hold a 1977 quarter with no mint mark, remember, you might just be looking at a small fortune. Always check your coins carefully, because one lucky find could change your collection forever. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with other coin lovers. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next coin adventure, and join our AI cat as we continue exploring the hidden value of America's coins. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Welcome to this video where we explore the fascinating story, value, and collectability of the 1978 Washington quarter dollar coin with no mint mark, a coin that continues to spark interest among coin collectors and treasure hunters alike. At first glance, this quarter may look like just another common piece of change, but the truth is that the 1978 Washington quarter holds historical significance, important details about the Philadelphia Mint's production, and surprising potential value when found in high grade or with special errors. Many collectors search for the 1978 no mint mark quarter because it marks one of the last years of the classic Washington quarter design before the 1980s changes and the eventual shift to the state quarter program. The coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which during that time did not use a mint mark. So when you see a 1978 quarter without a mint mark under the date, it is not an error. It simply means it came from Philadelphia, and understanding this fact is key for new collectors who might otherwise confuse it with a missing mint mark mistake. The Washington Quarter series began in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, and the obverse portrait was designed by John Flanagan, featuring a left-facing bust of Washington with the word Liberty above, the motto "I in God we trust" to the left, and the date 1978 below. On the reverse of the 1978 Washington Quarter, we see the heraldic eagle design, a powerful symbol of the United States, with the eagle spreading its wings while perched on a bundle of arrows, and two olive branches below, symbolizing both strength and peace. This reverse design was in use from 1932 until 1998 and is instantly recognizable to anyone familiar with American coinage. Holding a 1978 quarter is like holding a piece of that long numismatic history, a connection between the early silver Washington quarters and the modern clad issues that circulated in huge numbers in the late 20th century. In terms of composition, the 1978 Washington quarter contains no silver, unlike quarters minted before 1965. Instead, it is a copper-nickel clad coin, consisting of outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and a reeded edge. While this clad composition means the 1978 quarter does not carry intrinsic precious metal value, its true worth lies in its collectability, condition rarity, and errors. Collectors focus on the grade of the coin, and this is where the difference between face value and collectible value becomes clear. A circulated 1978 quarter with no mint mark is typically worth only 25 cents to perhaps $1, but uncirculated examples can command higher prices. In mint state grades like MS-60 to MS-63, values often range from $5 to $15, while MS-65 examples can reach $25 to $50, and superb gems graded MS-66 or MS-67 can sell for $100 or more depending on market demand and eye appeal. The rarest certified examples in top condition have been known to sell for several $100s at auction, showing how condition is everything when it comes to modern clad quarters. Another exciting aspect of the 1978 Washington quarter with no mint mark is the possibility of error coins. Error types such as off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, die cracks, and broad strikes can dramatically increase a coin's value. For example, an off-center strike that is dramatic and clearly shows missing parts of the design can sell for $50 or more, while certain double die varieties where the lettering or numbers appear doubled are especially desirable and can fetch even higher premiums. A clipped planchet quarter, where part of the coin is missing due to a cutting error, is another variety that collectors pay attention to. Each error tells a story about the minting process in Philadelphia during the late 1970s, and this makes error hunting a thrilling part of collecting the 1978 quarter. The 1978 Washington quarter also holds an interesting position in numismatic history because it was produced just before a period of major change in American coin collecting. In the late 1970s, the U.S. Mint was still producing huge numbers of quarters for circulation, with the Philadelphia Mint leading the way, and yet within 2 decades the Washington quarter design would be completely replaced by the 50-state commemorative program that transformed coin collecting forever. Because of this, many collectors consider quarters from the late 1970s, including the 1978 no mint mark issue, as transitional coins bridging the traditional era of the Washington Eagle reverse with the modern era of constantly changing designs. When building a complete set of Washington quarters, the 1978 no mint mark coin is essential, and collectors often look for the best possible example with strong luster, sharp details, and minimal contact marks. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC certify these coins, and when a coin achieves a high grade such as MS-67, it becomes highly sought after. Collectors also appreciate examples with attractive toning, where the coin has developed unique colors over time due to its copper-nickel surface. These naturally toned pieces can sometimes command higher prices because they are visually appealing and considered unique. Welcome to today's detailed coin collecting journey where we will explore the 1997 Washington quarter dollar coin with the P mint mark, a coin that might look like an ordinary quarter at first glance, but is actually an important piece of numismatic history with interesting details, collectible value, and potential rarity depending on its condition and whether it carries any unique errors. The 1997 Washington quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and the P mint mark, which you will find just to the right of George Washington's ponytail on the obverse side of the coin, identifies it as being from Philadelphia. This is significant because earlier Philadelphia coins before 1980 carried no mint mark, so the presence of the P is one of the identifying features of modern quarters. Many collectors build sets specifically by mint mark, and the 1997 P is a necessary coin for anyone seeking to complete a late Washington quarter set before the state quarters program began. The Washington quarter series itself goes back to 1932 when the United States Mint introduced the design to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. John Flanagan design has been one of the longest-running coin designs in American history, showing Washington's left-facing bust on the obverse with liberty above his head, the national motto "I in God we trust" to the left, and the date 1997 at the bottom. On the reverse side of the coin, we see the powerful heraldic eagle with its wings spread wide, perched on a bundle of arrows symbolizing military readiness, and 2 olive branches beneath symbolizing peace. This reverse design was used for more than 60 years, and the 1997 issue represents one of the final years before the dramatic change to the 50-state quarters program in 1999. Collectors view the 1997 Washington quarter P mint mark coin as a bridge between the old and the new, making it historically important. The 1997 P Washington quarter is a clad coin, composed of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel over a pure copper core. It weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and features a reeded edge. Unlike quarters struck before 1965 that contained 90% silver, the 1997 issue has no silver content, so its value is not based on precious metal but instead depends on its collectible status, condition, and era varieties. With a mintage of more than 595 million struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin is considered common in circulation, but gem-quality examples are far less common, which is where collectors place their focus. In terms of value, most circulated 1997p Washington quarters are worth face value, around 25 cents, but condition makes a huge difference. Uncirculated coins graded MS-60 to MS-63 typically range from $2 to $5. Coins graded MS-65 can reach values of $10 to $20. Superb gem examples graded MS-66 or MS-67 are worth significantly more, often $50, $100, or even more, depending on eye appeal and demand. The highest certified examples with outstanding luster and virtually no marks can bring several $100s at major auctions. This shows that while the 1997p quarter may be common overall, finding and submitting an exceptional example for grading can turn a pocket change coin into a valuable collector piece. Error coins add even more excitement to the 1997 Washington Quarter series. With such a large mintage, mistakes were bound to happen, and collectors love searching for these special varieties. Off-center strikes are among the most popular errors, where the design is noticeably shifted, and these can sell for $50 or more depending on how dramatic the misalignment is. Doubled die varieties, where letters or numbers on the obverse or reverse appear doubled, are particularly collectible and can sell for much higher premiums. Other interesting errors include broad strikes, where the coin was struck outside of its collar and the design spreads, and clipped planchets, where part of the metal blank is missing. Each of these errors tells a unique story about the minting process at Philadelphia in 1997 and adds great interest to a collection. What also makes the 1997p Washington $quarter coin special is its timing in U.S. coinage history. It represents the last years of the traditional eagle reverse design, with only one more year after it before the United States Mint launched the State Quarter Series in 1999, which became the most widely collected coin program in U.S. history. For that reason, many collectors look at the 1997p quarter as part of the final chapter of the classic Washington quarter design. It captures a moment in time before the coinage world in America changed dramatically, and this historical context adds value and significance beyond just the metal. For collectors, the key to the 1997p quarter lies in condition and certification. Coins that were pulled directly from rolls or mint sets and preserved carefully often display strong luster and sharp strikes, making them candidates for higher grades. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC can certify these coins, and the higher the grade, the stronger the demand. Registry collectors in particular compete for the highest grade coins to build the best possible sets, and this drives prices upward for MS-67 or better examples. Even casual collectors enjoy adding an uncirculated 1997p quarter to their albums because it helps complete the late series and shows off the design before it changed. Another fun fact about the 1997 Washington quarter is that it is still commonly found in circulation today, making it accessible for anyone interested in coin collecting. You can still find them in your pocket change, in coin rolls from banks, or in old jars of saved coins. While most will be circulated and worn, the possibility of finding a high-grade piece or an error keeps the hunt alive and exciting. This accessibility makes the 1997p quarter a great coin for beginners and experienced collectors alike. It is affordable, easy to recognize, and yet holds the potential for discovery and added value. So while the 1997 Washington $quarter coin with P mint mark may seem like just another quarter, it is much more than that when you take the time to look closer. It tells the story of the Philadelphia Mint's work in the 1990s. It represents the end of an iconic design, and it offers real collectible value depending on grade and errors. From its detailed obverse portrait of George Washington to the heraldic eagle reverse, from its copper-nickel clad composition to its role as a final pre-state quarter issue, this coin stands as a fascinating piece of American coinage. Whether you are a new collector searching change, a hobbyist enjoying roll hunting, or an advanced numismatist chasing high-grade certified examples, the 1997 P. Washington Quarter has something for everyone. Its history, its mint mark, its errors, and its condition-based value make it one of the most interesting modern quarters to study and collect.